necessarily see them grouped up together. So let's see how it goes for this time around, because this is crucial for Team Spirit, definitely. They wouldn't want to give the 2-0 away to TLID.
Yeah, I think it's really important for Team Spirit to at least take a game here, right? To at least pull something off and show that they're really here to compete. Team Spirit will be on blue side once again, right? That's back-to-back blue sides right there. They decided to take this where so many teams have been favoring the red side. Maybe they do ban out the Bruno this time, so there's the change-up. They don't want to play for it. My guess is they really want that Suyo, but they don't want to have to sacrifice something in exchange.
It's back to the same bans that we've seen earlier, actually. So,
butterflies born by thy
oh, wait. I think this is one of the differences. So let's see if the Suyo will remain as a priority here
Oh, this is
for Team Spirit, because it's kind of like exactly the same.
No, this is a good. This looks like a bait because TLID, they ban out the Joy, and the Joy is good against the Suyo. So it's actually saying, if you guys don't get it, we're gonna get it. But the thing is, now that they take the Suyo, what is the other counter? I'm looking at the likes of Cho. Is that gonna be the other priority here for TLID?
I mean, they just played the Alpha, right? They just played the Alpha, did well with it for TLID.
Yeah.
They go for the even the glue once again. I mean, there's no point in changing anything. They still get the steal away from Kid Bomba. It's gonna be TS that has to find the answer here, right?
I mean, they've been reserving Kid Bomba's picks always for second base, for last even, for like how many games now in a row, but we've seen how it could go wrong for them in game number 1, when they were just forced to pick up the R-Lot, and I mean, at the time there was the TLID still available, I think, but they really went or chose to go for the R-Lot. So let's see this time around. For Team Spirit, there's the gold laner still available, but do they still want to go for like...
I think the Granger's still good. I think the Granger's still really good. They just need to have the right EXP laner in to hold down the front line. And they get the Hilda. We didn't even notice it.
Oh,
that's huge.
Oh,
paired up with the Gatot, and now they have... Hiko can play however he wants now at this point.
Yeah, now it's like it's harder for you to take down the bodies in the front. Though, just saying, Hilda should be in the EXP, but that kind of just changed it a little bit, where Sao is usually the front line and Kid Bomba is the setup for the team.
Yeah.
So I do see the Hilda going to the EXP, but that's going to be a little bit different. And now the counter, true damage, the Alpha coming in is a good answer towards Team Spirit's lineup.
This is so similar to what we've seen earlier. So if they do wanna deny that, even if you, I think actually if you give Hiko any of the gold laners, he'd be pretty much fine. Like in terms of how they just played the earlier rotations for Team Spirit, I think they'll be more capable to give that space and to prioritize the lane here for Hiko at least. But they take out the Sicilian,
which I think is clean. I think TLID just continues. They know, they feel comfortable. It's like, whatever, if Hiko gets a different gold laner, we can still try to counterplay. We get last pick here. Let's focus in on to Sunset Lover, because like it or not, Sunset Lover can definitely be a game-changing player. And once again, just like last time, you get rid of some of those late game possibilities. You completely cut off the head of like, oh, if this gets to 20 minutes, it's a guaranteed loss with Sicilian on the field, you know?
I feel like if they want to maintain tempo, they should try to consider something with a little bit more damage coming in mid. Like if you want to fight range for range, you can start considering something like the Farsa as well. Because I feel like between the Farsa and the Xavier has a lot of control, but it takes a lot of time. Where Farsa, you get level 4, and then that's most of your damage there.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if they'd still consider the Louis if we were to look at that, since compared to earlier, I think they have a lot of decent front. Like they can be a lot more aggressive when they go in with the diversion plays, but they have to make it work this time around. So they take out the 1-1-2.
My mission.
Take out the 1-1 for Hiko.
Well, because the thing is TLID's gonna... My thought is maybe carry, so you just get rid of some of that range. They can still go Granger. They do pick up the Granger, so there's the Granger. And then pretty much the 1-1's the next, like, the only other poke marksman, other than the Beatrix, of course, but...
They definitely want to go into. But Hiko will get his hands on the Beatrix once again. So what will be the hero for Sunset Lover?
Could go to Luyi again. I mean, I don't think it's bad. The problem is you get so outranged from this Eve.
Yeah,
I
Could
almost
go
want
for
a
like
veil.
the Faras, the what?
I almost want a veil.
A veil? Oh,
Yeah.
we saw a veil before.
Yeah. Like a little bit
And against
longer
the
range.
glue and-
Yeah.
I mean, it's not completely out of the question, and it has been working for teams.
It's just that whether he uses it or not. The Vexana is open if he wants to pick up the Vexana.
Yeah.
But I want a little bit more control, a little bit more damage.
Even when all is
They're
forlorn.
going for
Yeah,
the
Vexana, yeah. Go for the safer pick.
And then last pick for the side of TLID,
Aaron.
still need a roamer.
Is the Khalid still good here?
Tig, Khalid, you could go what, Khalid roam?
I mean, they did in game number
Yeah,
one,
they
and
did
it was
in game number
clearly
one.
effective, yeah.
The surprisingly,
It
the
just
Choke's
might not
still
be as
here.
good against the taunt
Oh,
and the
no.
Hilda. The Khalid might have trouble against the Hilda and the taunt from the Gatot and everything, but
What else is there? The Tigreal?
Edith?
Tigreal, Edith.
I mean, again, there's a lot of
yeah,
options.
there's a lot of options.
Lot of
I can
options.
Name them all. I'm just kidding. We just go on a list and name every
It's like blood.
All right, the one
the
that
one
we
that we
didn't.
wouldn't have named.
Carmilla. Without the Sicilian. Without the Sicilian. Well, it's going to be very dangerous if the Curse of Blood hits, and then you get hit by the Rhapsody. There's a lot here. Thank you very much to the bros, and now we're sending over to the other bros.
Yep, that would have been on my list. That wouldn't have been. The Carmilla locked in here. Thank you for breaking it down, panel. Once again, this is the last look at the lineups here. Mirko, what do we think?
It would be on my list, actually.
The Carmilla?
Because this is a witty special in MPL Indonesia. When all the other picks are banned out, or if it's not viable up against these opponents, go for the Carmilla. The good old for a witty man. And hey, Witty the Wise has the Revitalize.
It's got the Revitalize too. We'll see if this lineup that Team Spirit is bringing to Game 2 will fare better, because they've got to make it work to get to Game 3. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game number 2, Team Spirit versus TLID, the fight to stay in the upper bracket, of course. Again, no teams exactly getting knocked out today just yet, but it's match point right now for TLID. And this time, like I said, you know, Team Spirit, they had a rough start in the previous game, and things just kind of got out of control from there. This time around, we'll see how it plays. Look at how this rotation is happening, by the way. Kid Bomba and Sawo staying together. They put the Sunset Lover down to handle and get that XP on the bottom side.
Yeah, good damage down here. Back to Kid Bomba. Yeah, you're right. There's going to be a lane swap here, actually. Tenacity is the choice for Aaron Shiki in the gold lane on the Granger. It is the Master Assassin for Hiko on the Beatrix. One shot with a stun. A lot of damage onto Witty. Revitalize already. Aran will just respect the damage here that TS can provide, and it will be the lethal take for one shot.
Yeah, one shot gonna rotate too. Gets the shot off from Fabian. Fabian almost level 4, so once that's online, they actually might go ahead and try to start something. But yeah, interestingly enough, the choice of laning right now from Team Spirit, we'll see if that actually ends up giving them somewhat of an advantage and how long they actually maintain this. They already got that Revitalize out early on, so maybe they actually go ahead and try to make a play off of the fact that Witty doesn't have it, but still, it's going to be Team Liquid ideas. Just kind of plays defensively. They know that they're better off just waiting for that first turtle to come up and then go from there.
This lane, though, a flicker out from Sunset Lover. The respect instantly to a possible pickoff from Witty and Aran, knowing that Aran could have possibly just slam flickered into him.
So turtle coming up. Sunset Lover not level 4 just yet, but you can already see the damage coming out from one shot. Sawa 2, Kid Bomba, almost a level 4 himself, the Unbreakable. Tempting, goes in.
Whoa, Vengeance is going to be caught! Bomba, Sawo, and one shot. Oh, Eternal Guard from Sunset Lover! TS are finally awake.
They're awake right now. That's also going to be an objective for them. So interesting. The way that how they're playing this early game might have been enough to go ahead and switch things in their favor based off how things are going. And great start for Team Spirit. Even with the fact that you already saw, you know, I was wondering if Saul would actually go in with the Unbreakable. He charges it up, gets the taunt off right on Fabian. And then we already know how the damage is with a Suyo early on. So great start for them. Also the kill going over to Sawo allows them to go ahead and build up. Kid Bulma just going to go ahead and just be a nuisance. His whole job is really to just be a nuisance around the jungle. If he can, put pressure where he can. And one shot will just follow the rest of the team. Even Hiko now on this side. We'll see how Team Liquid responds. They want to go ahead and secure the buffs the best they can. Kid Bomba, once again, just kind of giving that vision. He's quite tanky, but he's going to be able to withstand this. 4 members.
With Fabian coming in, I don't really think he will be able to survive. Pops in a sprint, actually able to survive for a bit. Fabian finally goes in for the Spear of Alpha, and they will be able to catch him there. So, 1 kill on the board. Liquid have equalized the kill lead. It'll just be the gold lead next.
And with that, still a minute away on the objective, Sawa's going to go ahead. Spots Fabian out. They want to go ahead and put pressure. This is now, now that Sunset Lover, he'll go ahead and park himself in the mid lane. Just wanted to get that level 4 earlier on. Kid Bomba, too, the fact that he is just continuing. Hold on. Whoa.
Flicker out from Yehezkiel. Great usage of the AOG right after spotting Yehezkiel. And now that's a big resource as they will just wait for the next neutral objective.
Yeah, looking at this, too. Oh, Aram might get caught.
Slam, pass, now the Terrifying. And Eternal Guard, Aran with the flicker around the Power Wilderness. Aran pops in the split just in time. Meanwhile, on the back line, Fabian catches Sunset Lover as a flicker around. Fabian will continue the chase. Sunset has baited Fabian in towards one shot and Sawo, and it will be a kill back from TS.
Kid Bomba now focusing on Witty, going to force him out. Sawo, I'm not sure if he's going to go for a taunt, so they back off. Turtle being up. TS will go ahead and start this up. Again, a great usage of the flicker earlier on from Sunset Lover. So things definitely going in their favor this time around. A lot of different things happening here where it's almost looking like, Team Spirit, they might get caught out, but then it ends up playing in their favor. Even the amount of time that Kid Bomba bought earlier on, it was enough time to go ahead and make all that happen. So they find themselves with a minor lead now at this point. Some key items being picked up here too. Hiko just got the BOD, Hunter Strike now for 1 shot. And they'll continue to play around the fact that they've got the momentum. They can put pressure on the jungle. And it's up to TLID to kind of rise to the occasion and adjust now to this point. It could be here.
Nope, great stun over. Aaron's looking for the Rhapsody. Doesn't find the last Rhapsody down. Eternal Guard now over to Witty. Hiko going in AOG. Just the last shot. Hiko, Nibiru's passion to take him away. Aaron shaking it. Taunting down Aaron. Getting the last hit. Sonata over to Hiko. Now the RWM to lock Sunset Lover down as Aran walks over as well. But Sunset is able to get away from the real world manipulation.
I can't believe Aaron Shiki survived that. I mean,
me neither. Without a flicker.
Without a flicker. And gets the shot right in between the marks and then finds Hiko. Great response. Meanwhile, now in the bottom lane, Team Spirit will go ahead and work on this bottom turret. Aaron Shiki's going to get sent there. Kid Bomba will block those shots, trying to get the turret. Won't get it, though. Woody might go for this stun, but Kid Bomba going to be fine on this Hilda, so that turret eventually will go down. It's 1 hit away. But still, Team Liquid ID showing some fight in them throughout this portion of the game. And adjusting, again, 30 seconds away from the turtle. Kid Bomba will have to hold his own against 2 there. AOG.
Whoa! Puts the Spear of Alpha forward. And now he's going to be caught in the bad spot. Sawo, there you go. The chain CC. Fabian taken down to give that kill over to Hiko.
Trading right now, 10 seconds on this. TLID in position. That turret down to the bottom did go down, so it was worked on, and now it looks like Kid Bomba is going to go ahead and get that last hit as that turret falls, and now they'll fight for the turtle.
RWM over to Sawo. Oh, forward Eternal Guard from Sunset Lover. That was massive. It stopped any way from Liquid actually go in. Fabian's back up, but Yehezkiel has to recall. TS have full control over the neutral objective thanks to Sunset Lover.
Literally, that Eternal Guard changed the course of that fight breaking out. Able to just keep them zoned out from committing to that. So right now, I gotta say, Team Spirit's pretty much locked in across the board. We'll see if they can continue to maintain it. Just barely holding on to that gold lead, but everything in their favor is working out. I mean, even Sawo able to just zone out members of Team Liquid ID with an AOG alone. Avatar of the Guardian. They're going to break out possibly here in the jungle. Kid Bomba, tanky enough, does back off. He's nearly, his only completed item, at least for right now, is the Athena shield, but that's enough, to keep him tanky enough, to keep him healthy enough, and he can rely on Sawo to do the rest. He has the antique Karas, so they're working together here. And now Warax and Hunter Strike now for a 1 shot. Turret finally going down there. Mid lane might be the next focus for both teams as they try to get in position once again. But I gotta say, Team Spirit is in a comfortable position to lead themselves into that first Lord about a minute away.
It'll just be a waiting game now as Team Spirit are actually positioned to go for the ambush. Bomba Walks up forward, beating up slam here. Taking a bit of poke. That's an out of 2. Witty with a stun. Real world manipulation. The Eternal Guard whiffs, and that's going to be Aran. Takes the kill over onto Kid Bomba. Snipe. Last shot. Oh, Witty. Jiggling back and forth, getting away from the Renner's apathy of Hiko.
Not landing those shots. Would have been great if he could have, because then they could go ahead and try to focus down on the tier 1. But right now, TLID, that's playing around the strength of the real world manipulation. You know, you can go ahead and get that slow in, get the damage off. No extra slow just yet. Only the glowing wand right now for Yeheziel. And then even this, you know, Aaron Shiki building in, already hit BOD, Hunter Strike, working on the next. Defensively, you can already see it. The glue alone, I mean, Aran is actually able to do quite a bit just by being a glue. But now this Lord is up. And with the lead that Team Spirit has, they should be able to go for it. Malefic Gun there too for Hiko. So we'll see if the spacing is right. He's only got that flicker really to rely on, so. But they got a double revitalize. It's always something that Team Liquid ID has to worry about. The amount of sustainability and healing that Team Spirit has on their side. So they'll take their time going and starting this up. Hiko will clear out that top side, and this will be a full-on 5 versus 5. They look for the right positioning. They jump in. Witty.
We'll take the Terrify. The Eternal Guard will connect to Aran. The Bennett's Rage too. It actually clipped Yeheziel. Half HP taken away. Team Spirit with the resource advantage now. And they will just look to get the prio in the mid lane. Sunset Lover, that's a Wishing Lantern, a Sea Halberd for Hiko.
They know a lot is down already. A lot committed to that, and that's still, it's Salo kind of checking things out. He could jump in if he wants to. The Avatar, the Guardian, Kid Bomba will play that front side too. It's up to them how they want to play around this, but it's more so just a standoff. Either team has multiple options to go with, and it might be better if they focus on the tier 1 turret. Looks like Team Spirit will go ahead and do that, put pressure, open up the map a little bit, but here's the clap back.
Good Terrify down, Aran with a slam. That's the AOG defensively from Sawo. And TLID go back towards the neutral objective after clearing the wave in the mid lane. Sawo stunned again. No one wants to go in. It's just a battle of poke, and Hiko's winning it. Curse of Blood. Renner's apathy from Hiko. Now he finds his wife. Fabian forced to go with the Spear of Alpha Stun over the Ezreal, and one shot almost takes him down. But Fabian goes in. Aaron Shiggy does the same to Sawo. 2 for 1 in favor of the Cavalry.
Man, both gold laners just playing a part in these team fights. You know, what is a standoff and just a range check from both. Able to capitalize out, but TLID comes out top, sends a Lover in trouble, has to get away, Aaron!
Hiko! Now that was a mistake, the dash forward into Fabian's Spear. Liquid have taken down Hiko. That should be the green light to actually go onto the Lord, and that they do. Aaron in the mid lane just shoving it back in again. One shot getting poked down by Yeheziel, and Aaron has gotten the Sky Piercer. Witty, look at the screen, the one shot, look at his zone him away from this neutral objective, forcing him to use that skill 1, and it will be a free Lord towards Team Liquid ID.
A mistake punished. And TLID will go ahead and swing it in their favor now. Even then, Team Spirit still in a position to go ahead and defend this. It is that first Lord, of course. But they'll lose some turrets, lose some space to work around with, and that's what they really needed leading into that fight, was to be able to move around the map a little bit more. Hiko not even burning that flicker earlier on, just out of position. So now TLID, they'll go and take whatever they can. I'm not sure if they have enough to actually knock on the base turrets yet. Like, to get the shields down, they might at least get a tier 2 down if they can continue on in the mid lane once those waves match up here as Lord makes its way down the bottom. But Hiko will be sent there, one shot just around the corner. And the rest of the team will try to hold on to the mid turret. As you can see, Hiko's just going to clear this out. Fabian making his way, though.
Wow, with the Spear of Alpha, Retribution to slow him down. Aran cutting him off, flicker from Hiko. Trying to run away, gets caught by the real world manipulation! And Yeheziel just drops him together with Aran. Aram from the side, one shot taken down! That's a Spear of Alpha over to Sawo. And now the Rhapsody, the full dive onto Sawo as Aaron gets the double.
They'll clean up the kills under the turrets. The Cavalry is out, and right now, looking now at the base turrets. Even after that Lord was taken out, it's up to Sunset Lover and Kid Bomba to try to defend against this.
Spear of Alpha over to Bomba, unstoppable, Aaron Shiki! Just Sunset Lover left to defend, Team Liquid ID! That's Flavor Flav! That's Aran, who is running towards the side of Team Spirit!
The Cavalry charges forward, trampling the Dragon of the North with the unstoppable force. on Team Spirit falls as Liquid marches on towards their next opponents. It's a sweep for Team Liquid.
It's getting hot in here. Whew. This reminds me of M5 Geek Fan Deus Volt. Only a different generation of Indonesian stars. It's Fabian, not Nael. And man, it's Aran, not Luke.
It's got to be heated, man. It is day one of the knockouts. Still fighting for their lives. Let's go ahead and throw it over to the panel to break it down.
It started off honestly pretty good for Team Spirit, but King Aaron Shiki, man, like, how do you take him down? Like, the spacing this guy has for himself, it's insane.
I don't know. They got all 3 turtles. They were able to rotate a lot more, and they were able to look for targets a lot more compared to like the past game. But Aaron Shiki, he seemed to not care again. It's similar to game number 1. I don't care. I'm just gonna play my early game, and then later on, I'm joining you, and I'm bursting everyone down.
King Aaron and Yehezkiel the Ghost. Both of them completely unkillable right there. 0 deaths. And I think it's... TLID is just... They do such a good job at biding that time until that power spike hits and then snapping back. And that's something we see in almost every year in M-Series. The teams that always make it to the grand finals, it's something we normally see. They can wait till that first Lord. They can be behind in 2,000 gold. We saw it from FCAP all the time last year. They would let that lead escape a little bit, and then first, second Lord, boom, it's their game all of a sudden.
Yeah, honestly, that's something that we do have to look into. But after this, we do have an interview with Rose on stage on how they're feeling after the game, which visually, they look like they're feeling good. They're in high spirits.
Yeah.
Oh. Pun unintended. Get it? High spirits.
Team Spirit.
Pun not intended.
Yeah.
Oh!
That was not on purpose.
Oh, but it was good.
Thank you. While we're waiting for them to set up for the interview, Aaron Shiki did amazingly well. But again, Team Spirit, I kind of feel like there was just a small mistakes here and there where I feel like Hiko, he wanted to make a play, but the timing wasn't really correct where he got caught.
Yeah, and I feel like we felt the effect of like all the power picks that went into their hands, right? They're
Hilda?
being more aggressive with the Hilda on the XP lane, the Gatot Kacha setting things up, and them having a clearer response to the real-world manipulations here and there, to all the team fights that were happening here and there. But when it mattered the most, why is it so that Aran finds his way to Hiko and then Aaron Shiki remains untouched by every single member of Team Spirit?
Well, I think, you know, a lot of teams, when you get 2,000-3,000 ahead, it's like, all right, let's try to close this out before it's too late. But the problem is up against a Granger, up against a Yve with so much range and so much poke, it's hard to try to close it out. And I think that's where some of those mistakes, it would have been better for them to just continue the slow roll, turn that 2,000 into 3, 4, translate it into towers, instead of trying to force an end or force these big fights and Hiko trying to make these big plays. They could have just kind of slow played it because it's so hard to close the distance against a Granger and a Yve.
Essentially, they know how to force out mistakes. With that being said, looking at the stage, looks like Rose is all ready. So now we're going over to the stage with the interview with TLID to see how they feel with their win.
Team Liquid Indonesia has just dropped Team Spirit to the lower bracket with a clean sweep. And right now with me, we have Fabian and Aran from TLID. Hello guys, how are you guys doing?
Good.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank
You're
you.
fine. Well, you're fine. Thank you. You're very welcome. Are you tired?
A bit because the taunting.
A little bit. Okay, now Fabian, we know that the reason why you guys played a lot of games in the Swiss stage was because Team Spirit beat you guys, right? What did you guys learn from the match with Team Spirit in the Swiss stage that you guys applied today to get a clean sweep?
Maybe dia Kak Switzerland tu lucky je.
Whoa! You're saying that Team Spirit was just lucky in the Swiss round?
Yes.
Why are they just lucky?
Because best of one.
Because best of one, I see. So now you think you know how they play already?
Ya, udah tahu.
Udah tahu.
Sudah.
So, was it easier?
Yeah.
It was easier.
Easy.
You like it?
Yes, I like it.
You like it? Okay. You know what? Fabian is getting there. Fabian is getting PR trained. I like it. Okay, now Aran. Now that you've beat Team Spirit, do you feel like you've gotten revenge? Udah puas kah dapat balas dendam?
Ya, sedikit.
Sikit saja. Why just a bit?
Better if they go airport.
Whoa! Better if you send them home to the airport.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. I think he's getting a bit personal here. You just don't want to send them to the lower bracket. You want them to go home. That's what Aran is trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay, spicy. Okay. Now, Fabian, we know that your Swiss stage journey was not smooth. But now that you guys are playing a best of 3, do you think you guys are gonna win more from now on?
Ya, kita lebih bagus main ke best of 3 and best of 5 and best of 7.
I see. Okay, now Fabian said that he actually feels more confident and he said TLID plays best in best of 3s, 5s, and 7. Now, good question. Okay, I have a good question. Next match, because you guys won this match, you will be going up against RRQ Hoshi tomorrow, right? Now, it's gonna be like an MPL ID Grand Final rematch. Do you think you guys can win against RRQ Hoshi once again?
Mungkin bisa.
Mungkin bisa.
Confidence lah.
Confident. Okay, you think you can win against RRQ Hoshi. How many percent are we talking about? How confident are you?
98.
98%. Why not 100?
But the people tidak sempurna.
People are not agreeing to it.
Yeah.
Aran, how confident are you?
100.
100%. This is what we like to hear. How come Aran is more confident than you?
What?
He's more confident.
Yeah, because he not like apa? dia tak makan nasi, jadi dia confident.
Because he doesn't eat rice, that's why he's confident? What?
Yeah.
You eat a lot of rice.
Yeah, but dia tidak.
You don't eat rice, Aran?
No, I don't.
Oh, why? Kenapa gak makan nasi? How come you don't eat rice?
Ya, nggak suka. Not
You
like,
don't like rice, not his style. Okay, I guess we learned a fun fact today. Aran is the Asian I know that doesn't eat rice. Fun fact for everybody. Okay, Aran, Dyron said that he's 95% confident that he can beat you tomorrow. What do you want to say to Dyron?
I confident 96% to beat him.
You're confident 96%.
Yeah.
What do you want to say to Dyron though?
Good luck besok.
Good
Aaron.
luck tomorrow. Okay, before we wrap this up, okay? You mentioned last time, King Kong, I want to solo kill you. But before you even get a chance to do that, you need to solo kill Sutsujin first. What do you want to say to Sutsujin tomorrow?
Watch out, Susujin.
Watch out, Sutsujin! All right, Fabian. I'm liking his answers today. He's spicy, he's ready. Anything you want to say to the TLID fans?
Buat tim Liquid, buat the Cavalries yang udah dukung, thank you. Yang di Indonesia yang udah datang juga, thank you so much.
Wow, there's a little kiss at the end. To all the Calvaries who have come to the stadium and those who are watching in Indonesia, thank you for supporting, and a little kissy emoji at the end. And with that, let us throw it back to the panel to break down what happened in this clean sweep up against Team Spirit.
You want to do the kissy thing?
What?
No? I can't believe Aaron doesn't eat rice. I can't believe he doesn't eat rice.
Same.
Do you eat rice?
I do eat. It's not obvious, but I eat rice.
Even
So are you saying it's
No,
obvious that I eat rice?
no. Why would I say that? Why does he keep giving meaning to everything? I'm not saying.
Wanna go with the post game stats? Like let's Strikes. Do you want to jump into the game?
You want me to handle this?
Let's check items because
Yeah.
I don't want to
Items.
talk to Brogita.
No, let's check.
Like,
Let's check items. Come on,
bro.
bro.
Okay, again, talking about items here. Honestly, if we look at the difference, there's not that big of a difference. The only thing that is very confident by Aaron Shiki is actually building the Sky Piercer on his Granger, which, to be fair, not every single Granger player does use it, but it does help out with the team because when it comes to the burst damage, they're more like a damage over time kind of team instead of a clear burst damage. So I feel like the Sky Piercer really helps out in this draft.
Yeah, and honestly, I see some glimpses of game number 1 as well. Even though Kid Bomba gets hold of like one of the power picks in the XP lane, it seems like he's been too much of the recipient of the damage here from TLID or even the burst damage. A lot of them have prioritized building physical defense, even for Widdy and Aran. We see even the blade armor being picked up here, so I feel like they were just really ready to tank everything, so Aaron Shiki could just only think about hitting those heroes from afar.
And this time, little spice here. Aaron Shiki does pick up the tenacity, does go on the more defensive side, but Hiko continues to go for this full damage emblem set. And I'm just wondering, you know, with the rest, I'm hoping that maybe as he moves in towards, as we go into bracket, they realize that some of these other teams are ready to play, ready to go, and that sometimes your EXP laner isn't always going to be able to protect you. Sometimes your jungler and your tank aren't always going to be able to protect you. So just that little bit of help can make the difference.
This might be like out of game kind of stuff, but I feel like it's relevant. Maybe because, you know, still young, very, very fired up. He has this idea that he has to do everything. You know, like, I have to carry, I have to do this, I have to do that. So maybe it's a journey for Hiko as well to find the balance where damage is good, but sometimes you got to find ways to protect yourself.
Yeah, fair enough. He did deal a lot of damage there. Not as much as Sunset Lover, though. I feel like he was almost always forced to use the Eternal Guard even to add just a little bit more of pressure and defense for all of the members. But what's new? I mean, we're seeing the second MVP for Aaron Shiki in this entire series. And
Something interesting to note as well. We've seen many different Granger players pivot between using the Fire Emblem and the Assassin Emblem here. So I feel like this is also something to study with stats after this to see how many players actually went for Fire Emblems, how many went for Assassin Emblems, and who are they, you know? And then we can start to see how they play differently.
And how tanky was the enemy composition. And
that's true, yeah.
I think this works well against like the Hildas, some of those bigger tanky boys. You get a little bit of that burn-in. He also picks up, I mean, just like as the nail in the coffin, right? The Sky Piercer and everything. And I think it just all goes to show that it's just kind of biding a little bit of time. And at this point of the game, we're 5 minutes in. Team Spirit kind of felt in control of this. Hiko making good plays. They're moving as a unit. But even there, Aaron Shiki's always... One thing is for sure, Aaron Shiki always got the one-up over Hiko.
But Hiko did have a lot of highlights here. Yeah, even the
Highlights
Renner's
don't always
apathy.
win games, though.
Yeah, that's, I think, one
He
of the
got
things.
the first Savage,
Yeah.
but... You know,
that's one of the things we mentioned, like in the long run, really, the fights that matter should be the ones that they clearly get the upper hand of. But this was the moment where we were just suddenly surprised that things were shifting so abruptly into Team Liquid ID's favor. Like they were able to suddenly turn things around.
in a matter of minute, like...
I don't know, in the matter of less than 2 minutes or 1 minute, after Team Spirit felt like they were so in control. So I think it's that's one other thing, right? Like, how do you hold and maintain that lead and not make the risky decisions that could give those openings to you?
I mean, I feel like this is a sign of great team where they can find the holes in your armor, right? They find the kinks into it and then they just destroy it. This is the experience, even though they are rookies, and that speaks to how fast that they adapt. They're rookies, and yet they're able to see weaknesses in enemy formation and start breaking it apart. Where we saw in the final clip, everything was used by Hiko. The flicker, the dash, and everything, and they still caught him.
They
turned that moment into essentially a win. You know, I mean, quickly got a 3K goal lead.